Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Matt with the Hardcover Comic, and today is an overview of one of my favorite characters from the DC Universe, none other than the Spectre. That's right, this is the Wrath of the Spectre Omnibus. Just got it in the mail today. So happy about this. I didn't look at it or anything. I didn't read any other reviews on it. I didn't look at any pictures of it. I just wanted to be completely surprised by the design when I got it. I'm in love. I already know once I go into detail on this, there's going to be some people that are going to absolutely hate this design. But for me personally, I love it. I think DC knocked it out of the park, and I'm super excited to share it with you guys. So stay tuned. All right, everybody, so here it is, the Spectre, the Wrath of the Spectre Omnibus. Michael Fleischer, Gardner Fox, Neil Adams, Jim Aparo. Oh, this is such an exciting book to hold in my hands. Here's the back cover here. So price is $125 US. Obviously, it was less expensive if you go through IST. I think even Amazon, it might have been a little bit less expensive. $163 Canadian. Sorry, Mike and Canadian Invincible Comics and anyone else from Canada that supports the channel. Apologize. Anyways, so here's the back of the cover. Wonderful, wonderful design. I absolutely adore this. The book is going to collect Showcase 60, 61, and 64. The Brave and the Bold, 72, 75, 116, 180, and 199. And then the Spectre 1 through 10 that Neil Adams actually did. And then Wrath of the Spectre, number 4. I don't know why they didn't collect 1 through 3, but number 4. Adventure Comics, 431 to 440. And then DC Comics Presents number 29. And then Ghosts, 97 to 99. So it's really just a lot of like short arcs and random appearances, with the exception of the Neil Adams 1 through 10. Other than that, it's just kind of some short arcs and then appearances and things. But yeah, I am absolutely in love with the design of this book. There's the spine, dig that. I purposefully did not look at anything about this book prior to getting it myself, so this was all a complete surprise to me on how it looked, and I'm very excited. So let's go ahead and remove the dust jacket here. And I did go ahead and stretch out the spine and things, obviously prior to doing the video. So the spine has been stretched, don't worry. Here we go. So we have a beautiful graphic cover on this, okay? A lot of times on some of these older books, they do like just that solid black with like it's like that black matte almost cover, and then sort of like an imprinted logo. But not with this one. They went graphic cover, baby, and I love it. I really, really do. So here is the front. You have the Spectre there with some Aparo art. The spine. Once again, you have the cape flowing over from the front. You have this cape flowing into the back, which I think is really cool and a really neat way to tie everything in. And then you just have some amazing art on the back here of the Spectre, doing his justice. The thing that I really love about this too is that the art back then, and like when they did these kind of things, at least for me, is very reminiscent of like the old EC horror comics, which I also love. With like the melting hands and like that's just something you would see in those old EC books, and I love it. It's just such a throwback. I mean, granted, this was back in the day too, but I just love that. So go ahead and let's open the book up. So you just have like the black papers, the end sheets here. You got your title page, more art, title page here. Then they have a nice table of contents, which I think is really cool. A lot of books, kind of hit and miss with table of contents. I really like that they did it, and I love the design of what they did with it. And then you have a nice introduction here written by Peter Sanderson. And then you dive right in to the Spectre. Now, the thing that I absolutely adore about this book, and this is what I'm going to say a lot of you guys, are either going to love it or hate it. It is the matte newspaper print paper. It's like that. It's the same as the Joker Omnibus. It is that thick, matte newspaper print feel, and I absolutely love it. It is. I opened this up and it just had this amazing, like fresh right off the newspaper stand print smell, and I absolutely love it. Kind of flip through here. Now, the story behind the Spectre and why I'm so into it actually doesn't even date back to this. My introduction to the Spectre, my introduction originally to the Spectre was the Hal Jordan Spectre, obviously from the Green Lantern run. And that's not when I fell in love with the character. I just thought, oh, it's kind of an interesting character. Then I read John Ostrander and Tom Mandrake's run on the Spectre that started back in 1992. And that series just blew me away. Ostrander did such an amazing job tying in, religion and spirituality and the horror aspects and the supernatural aspects and really kind of questioning, what is Jim Corrigan's beliefs and really challenging the Spectre, because the Spectre thinks that, is this omnipotent being that thinks that they're the right hand of God, basically, and that they're going to exact justice on, wrongdoers. And throughout the series, it really makes him question, what it is that he's doing and right from wrong and things like that. And I just absolutely love it. And that was actually my very first custom bind ever, so it has a huge special place in my heart to boot. So that is when the Spectre honestly became one of my favorite characters, because he's just a very intriguing person. So with these stories, and then also he's in the JSA a bunch. If you've read the JSA, you've seen that and things as well. But so I've read a couple of these stories here and there, but I've been having in the past, I had to read them digitally. And to be honest, the transfer rates with these digitally, it didn't look the best. So it was kind of hard to read these digitally. So I've only read a few of these. And then once I found out they were, releasing the Omnibus, I was like, I'm just going to wait to dive in and really, really enjoy, what happens when I get the Omnibus and I have like the really awesome art right there that's not, digitized from the 1970s. So, and you got to think, when Neil Adams wrote this, he was just starting out, in the comic world. He was just sort of like this young punk kid, starting off. He wasn't the legend that he is today. So he was, really making a name for himself when he was originally doing the Spectre series. So, I mean, that's something too. You're getting early Neil Adams work, which is just super cool. Also, the Brave and the Bold stuff. Obviously, the Spectre's teaming up with Batman. One of my all-time favorite characters. He's, Batman's in my top two between him and Spider-Man. Those are really my top two favorite characters of all time. Followed up with like Moon Knight and Spectre and John Constantine. And I have my favorites, but my childhood favorites, my number twos, were Batman and Spider-Man. So watching the Spectre actually team up with Batman throughout this, so as I was flipping through it, it made my heart so happy. I was so excited to see that, and I really cannot wait to dive into this. You guys, I mean, seriously. Oh, he's even teaming up with Superman. How freaking cool is this? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just so incredibly excited about this. Let's see. Len Wein, Jim Starlin. Oh, I can't wait to dive into this book, but I have some other books I need to read too, unfortunately, but this is just awesome. And it's not that big of an Omni either. It's about, a little less than 700 pages, so it's not like super huge or anything. I do think the 125 cover price on a book that's only, 700 pages, kind of a little much, to be honest with you. Let's be real. It is a lot, but if you're a fan of the character, you're a fan of the stories, it's worth it. I mean, look at this. The design is great. I will give them that. Like I said, they did an amazing job on the design of this book. Oh, can't wait. This is so epic. Hopefully, there's a lot of you guys that are watching this and you're going, all right, that's it. I'm going to get the Spectre. Matt sold me. I'm getting the Spectre. All right, so then in the back here, we have some bonus gallery stuff. Again, you just have the art that we saw before. You have some more cover art and things in the past. In the back. Sorry. I'm enjoying this just as much as hopefully you guys are right now as I'm flipping through it. Look at that. Tell me that doesn't remind you of some like old school EC Comics type stuff. I love it. And then you just have some kind of quick biographies on all the contributors. You got Neil Adams, Murphy Anderson, Jim Aparo, Michael Fleischer, Gardner Fox, Mike Frederick, and Adrian Roy. So there you have it, folks. An overview of the Spectre, Wrath of the Spectre Omnibus. Oh, one other thing. I did forget to show you guys a couple things I wanted to mention real quick. Here's the inside of the dust jacket flaps. Again, awesome art. I think DC did an amazing job on this, and I'm very, very excited. And then last but not least, one thing that I do sometimes forget to do. This is a sewn binding, by the way, for those of you that were wondering. Let's open it up to about the middle, and I'll show you guys very carefully here the eye hole. I know a lot of people inquire about that. So there you go. There's the book. I can't wait. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this just as much as I'm going to, and you guys go and check it out yourselves. So till next time, the power is yours.